Guys, it's time to get hyped. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake was announced yesterday at the June 2026 Nintendo Direct. Now, this reveal has got me so hyped that I decided to resurrect my channel and bring it back from the dead. I've got a lot more content on the way, but as for now, I am a father and I work full-time. I have a toddler, so I don't necessarily have time to get on my editing rig and make full-length videos. So I'm actually just out here in my truck on lunch, going off rip, and making these videos. So it's a little bit different format, but I hope you guys still enjoy. But anyways, to get into the meat of this video, one question I had with the new Ocarina of Time remake is the map. Like, what are they going to do with the map in this game? And there's three ways I think they can go about it, and this is just my take. But the first way, obviously, is that they pretty much keep it one-to-one. They keep the exact same map that was in the original N64 game, but they maybe add in a few more grottos. They redo the grottos, they add some bonus areas, stuff like that. In my opinion, this would probably be, it's the most faithful, but it'd probably be the most disappointing way they could go about doing the map in the remake. The second way is that they kind of do like a pseudo open world type map, which would mean they take basically the skeleton of the N64 Ocarina of Time map, and they just blow it up 5 or 10 times. And they add, I don't know, a bunch of new areas, a bunch of bonus areas, they scale it up, which in my opinion would probably be the best way to go about it, since the original map with Hyrule Field was good, but it was more suited for the N64 and the hardware limitations of the time. I think that if they're doing a grown-up remake, there's a lot of room to go in a completely new direction with the map. And by the map, I'm mostly just talking about the overworld. I think the dungeons are probably pretty good size, and they still fit in the modern era, honestly. The third thing they could do is to completely Breath of the Wildify the game and the map. And essentially, if for some reason they're using the Breath of the Wild engine, which I think is entirely possible, they could go this route. I don't know how they would manage that with the climbing and those aspects of it. I imagine they probably won't go this route, but it would definitely be interesting to see as far as the traversal. I don't think doing something similar to Breath of the Wild, as far as the physics and the climbing and the traversal, would necessarily hold up well in a game like Ocarina of Time, but it's definitely a direction they could move in. I think out of the three, this is probably the least likely. Now, if they go with the first option, which is essentially to do a faithful, for scale, pretty much one-to-one remake of the original Hyrule from the N64 Ocarina of Time, I think this could still work, although I would be a little disappointed if they did go this route, just because of the scale. Hyrule Field in that game is so small, and ultimately there's not a lot to do. It's probably one of the most, the game is a 10 out of 10, but Hyrule Field, there's definitely some room to improve there. As far as the grottos goes, you do have Lon Lon Ranch in the middle of it, which is great and offers a great, the Epona side quest, that's timeless. But there's a lot more they could do. They could add additional grottos, potentially, even if they were to go this route. Just a lot of challenges. They could do almost like shrine type challenges, not as many, of course. And I hate to say this, Metroid Prime 4. I'm kind of hoping they don't go this route and they go with the second option that I talked about. But that's definitely a way they could go. Now, the second option, and I believe this is actually the most likely, is that they just essentially expand the world, expand the overworld, the map, things like that, basically. They take Hyrule Field and maybe, 5 or 10 exit, because the original Hyrule Field was quite small. Maybe it doesn't have to be that massive, but at least double or triple it, right? You could do that, add in a lot more NPCs, a lot more challenges, make it more dynamic, essentially, right? Obviously we'd want to keep the day and night cycle, and we'd keep the stall childs that pop up, out of the ground at night. That was cool. I imagine they're going to keep stuff like that in, but yeah, I think most likely in this remake, they're going to go the route of just taking the original Hyrule field and just expanding upon what the original vision was, and they're going to make a match with the times. I'd like to definitely see some more NPC interactions, right? Like with the original one, we have the Running Man. They could add like several more challenges like that. That would be pretty cool to see, honestly. And they could also add maybe more challenges like involving your horse, Epona. That would be cool as well. So stuff like that would be awesome, and that's essentially what I want to see. It's not really the meat of the game, but it is kind of the central hub world that sections off all the other areas of the game. So improving Hyrule Field would just ultimately make this game stand out even more. And then the third option that I discussed is, and I don't think they're going to go this way, is to essentially Breath of the Wildify or Tears of the Kingdomify the game. Which, I mean, if they're using the existing engine from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it kind of makes sense in some aspects. You know, of course, I don't think they're going to go as full-blown as they did with those two games. But I think they could definitely scale back that engine and some of the traversal options, and maybe you'd have a pretty good fit, honestly. You know, obviously, because Ocarina of Time is more of a linear game, you probably can't have, you know, the flying for one, and obviously not like the flying machines and all the crazy contraptions you'd have in talk. It'd be scaled back, right? But it'd be using essentially the graphical fidelity from that engine, as well as the physics to some extent. But it'd be very hard to do that and have it so you couldn't break the game or sequence break in some odd type of way. And then also, another interesting thing is we have the towns and the dungeons. As far as the towns go, I think it would be worthwhile for them to kind of scale them up with the times, right? I mean, we have like all the towns: Kokiri Village, we have Goron City, Zora's Domain. Of course, we have Hyrule Castle and the market, and I think all these areas kind of need to be scaled up with more dynamic NPCs. Like, I think it would be cool if they at least tripled or quadrupled the size of Hyrule Castle Town and made that a lot more expansive. You know, in the original game, it was only just like, you know, what, 2 or 3 sections that you would go between, so it wasn't that big at all. But it was definitely densely packed with NPCs and interactions, which was nice. Kakariko Village too also needs to be scaled up a little bit. I think that area is also quite small, so that's something that they could definitely do, is to expand upon those areas if they're doing a ground up remake. The dungeons themselves, I think, are actually one of the things that probably have to change the least. It would be nice if they added some new challenges, at least for returning players, because I know myself, I've probably beat the game about, 10 times from the ages of like 8 to 10. So yeah, I think that's something they could definitely do. But otherwise, I think the dungeons are probably one of the areas of the game that can remain the most untouched compared to the map and the overworld. But yeah, anyways, this is just me rambling about the map in the new Ocarina of Time remake and what I think they should do. Whether or not that's going to be what they're going to do, we'll see. Yeah. I'll probably have more Ocarina of Time videos coming out shortly, so stay tuned for that. I just put out a video on the dark elements of Ocarina of Time, and that goes into stuff like, Dead Hand, the Reed Edge, Shadow Temple, Beneath the Well, and how they're going to handle that in the new game. So definitely go and check that video out after this if you haven't seen it already. And I want to thank all the people that have watched it and commented and subscribed off that video, which it's honestly amazing. I've came back after, I don't know, I think I quit making videos in 2022. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see that kind of reception. Thank you guys so much for that. As always, comment below and let me know what you'd like to see in the map in the new Ocarina of Time remake, and make sure to subscribe for more Ocarina of Time content. I've got more tier lists, top 10 stuff in the works. That's coming out as well. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.